শুরু হলো প্রথম ধাপটা, সেটা হচ্ছে আজকের যে টপিক, সেটা আমাদের কমিউনিটির মধ্যে একটা স্টুডেন্ট থিঙ্কিং আছে। আমরা আমি 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 নিজেকে ট্রান্স আইডেন্টিফাইড করি এবং আমি হয়তো ট্রান্স মানুষের সাথে বেশি কাজ করি, তার মানে এখানে যে আমি অন্য কারোর সাথে কাজ করি না, কিন্তু ট্রান্স কমিউনিটির মধ্যেও প্রফেশনালি আমি জাস্ট ওটাই ফোকাস করতে চাই, প্রফেশনালি একটা স্টেরিওটাইপ আছে। সেইটা এরকম ভাবে আছে যে সমাজে ছেলেদের জন্য আর মেয়েদের জন্য দুটো কাজ খুব সূক্ষ্মভাবে ভাগ করা। আমরা হয়তো অনেকটা প্রোগ্রেসিভ জায়গা থেকে দেখি, এখন হয়তো অনেকটা বদল হয়েছে, কিন্তু সম্পূর্ণ বদল হয়নি। আর যদি সেই প্রভাবটা আমি কমিউনিটির মধ্যে দেখি, সেটা আরো গভীর, কিন্তু আরো বেশি গভীর, কারণ এখানে আমার আইডেন্টিটিটাই আমার ক্রাইসিস। তো আমি সেই জন্য প্রফেশনটাকেও ওই যে
I could figure out who I was. The only thing I knew while I was growing up, when I was around 14, and I realized that while all my friends were crushing on boys at all the fests that we went to, I was crushing on my friends. And I didn't even know whether it was right or wrong. I didn't know.
Being human, I remember this was a conversation that was held way back in one of our support group meetings in North Bengal. And we had an ally who was working with us, a cis-het woman. And then she kept on harping on this point, tomrao to manush. And you know, I had one trans colleague of mine, and she kind of looked at me, she was fed up. And then she looked straight back at her and said, হ্যাঁ আমরা জানি, আমরা গরু ছাগল নই, আমরা জানি আপনারাও মানুষ, তোমরাও মানুষ, এটা বলা প্লিজ বন্ধ করুন। So I mean the humor is well taken.
I don't know what people are doing different, because the only perspective I have, which would be a genuine perspective, is my own. I cannot speak for anyone else. And because I was not excluded from things, I did not even think of the word bully, right? This is a language that I might have acquired over time, and I might be using it today as a 6-year-old child who entered school, or a teenager in school.
And even culture would differ from space to space. And I work in a space where, you know, this vocabulary that we are using here with so much of these, the words queer or trans or LGBTQIA+, or all the other words that we use, pronouns, these words do not exist. So what do you do with, you know, lives, desires, when you don't have the words? They still exist, right? They will exist. Words will be there, words will not be there, new words will come. And in a region which is very challenging to live in geographically, you know, it's very harsh climate for 6 to 7 months in a year. It's difficult to get out. There's raining. It's very cold or it's very hot. There's a mobility issue. Public transport is not that well planned. What do people do who want to express themselves? So I think in a space like that, where resources are very few, there's also a sense of
that which only elite people indulge in. This is not the real lived experience of rural people or people without access such as this. So my question goes out to Dawn and Suvanna, especially because they have dealt with grassroots level people, that is this something that you know face on a day-to-day basis?
Queer people in powers of position in media houses. That way they can commission queer writers, queer photographers and other creatives to come up with queer stories. We've had enough of cis-het perspectives, especially male perspectives. We don't need those anymore, right? They should become like a dying breed and die. Essentially, right? We don't need to hear them talk. They can do the intimate partner violence at home behind doors. I mean, they shouldn't, but they will, right? They will always. There's no escaping that. But essentially get people into... I want every queer person here, even though I know some of you are right-leaning, it's not enough to be left. All of you have to be radical, because that's what our lives are, right? It's hyper-political. We can't afford to like flip-flop and be a fucking centrist now. This is not the time. Maybe 20 years back, yeah, probably, but not now.
Because, no, apolitical is not the way to go. Because what we are realizing today in this day and age is if you don't ask for it, they will not give it to you.
Years ago, it started
with a stint in acting, in fact, but not in a very strategized manner. I acted in a film, I realized that I enjoy it, I was involved in theatre and stuff before, and then I had also worked as an assistant director in another film. So with these two under my belt, I thought I have enough ammo to leave Calcutta, go to Bombay. I've also acted in a film and I've also been crew on a film, let's see what happens. I did want to act, but I kind of saw what happened and went along with it, and I think, you don't really
So
see...
what happened?
The acting didn't happen right away.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Alright.
And it's only now that, because I don't think we see our own lives as a journey necessarily. I am now, because everyone else is as well. So when I'm seeing it like that, it just seems, even I'm a little bit charmed actually at what's happened, because it just feels like I just kind of kept it tucked away, I thought I'd pull it out at the right time, and I did, I think.
When there is an absence of language, I did not feel bullied. Many queer individuals of our community perhaps will be able to say that now they feel much more bullied by people from within the community. In dating apps and everywhere, no facts, no femmes, no this, no that.